Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, August the 29th, 2023. Tuesday, August the 29th. Well, Montague is at it again. And this time he sneaks around. See, he waits for the nurse to come out. Then he sneaks in. What I don't understand is why he woke Sasha to drug her. Sasha was already knocked out, right? He could have just put the needle in her pick because he's putting it in this pick line thing. He's not trying to hit a vein or well, not a vein, but he's not sticking that directly in her arm. So he could have done that and left, but he had, hello, Sasha. She's like, huh? He goes, I'm going to give you something. Because I think he said, how are you feeling? She goes, oh, not good. She whatever she said, and he goes, I'm gonna give you something to take all that pain away. And she goes, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. She's crying. I tell you, the type of abuse they're heaping upon her, I really don't even want to see it anymore. I don't want to see it because they've gone too long with this. And this doctor had no reason to want to put his license in jeopardy like this. All for some woman he met at a card game. See, something, there is not even a backstory to this. They just have him respected doctor because look, he is a court appointed liaison. Okay, so he just went rogue, right? I don't know. I don't buy it, don't like it, done with it. But I could tell we're getting ready to get to the bottom of this, get to the end of this, because guess what? Gladys goes to see Nina. Nina. First, oh, congratulations are in order. Show off that shiny rock. And Nina's like, Gladys, what do you want? I am very busy. I don't have time for this. So then Gladys had to cut to the chase. Well, actually, I need $50,000. She goes, $50,000. Why? To cover Sasha's medical bills. She goes, why would you need $50,000 to cover Sasha's medical bills? For one, they should not even be billing you yet. I know, right? You think they would wait till a person got discharged before they would send a bill. See, no, Nina is no stranger to the loony bin, okay? She knows when they start billing, okay? So anyway, she goes, no, She goes, okay, Sasha has money. You're her guardian. Use her money to pay her medical bills. Well, that's it. They have frozen her stuff because of the lawsuit. And Nina said, yeah, that's right. There is a lawsuit. But still, Sasha should have money, right? And so she told Gladys, and you know what, Gladys? Why is it you're coming to me and not your cousin Sonny? Well, because of your relationship with Sasha, because you care about Sasha. And Nina's like, Sonny does too. Sasha was actually was family to Sonny when Brando was alive. I don't get it. Nina says, no, the top picture. She's looking at Gladys. No, you're not even telling me the whole story. You're not telling me. Because she goes, no, I can't because I can't sell any of her stock because, of the lawsuit. I can't, everything's frozen. So she goes, goodbye, Gladys, because see, you ain't telling me everything. I don't have time for this. Bye. Shows her the door, practically slams the door on her butt. She's walking by. So Nina gets sitting back at her desk. Gladys said when she was there for, I have a gambling problem. I got into, she goes, okay, I'm going to come clean. I have a gambling problem. I got into some debt and I need the 50,000 to clear that up. And Nina said, still talk to Sonny. No, actually, she didn't tell her that the first time, I don't think. Gladys left. No, she did, because she told her, I'm in AA or Gamblers Anonymous, whatever the gamblers, the weekly meetings are, but I need it. So when Nina shows her the door, she comes back, she goes, okay, you're right, I wasn't telling you the whole story. I'm going to tell you the whole story right now. So Nina's looking at her. I'm listening. She said, I have a serious gambling problem, and I have racked up a tremendous amount of debt. And the doctor that's treating Sasha in Ferncliff will not release her until I pay him $50,000. And Nina looked at her like, what the heck you say? That's the look at the bottom. Nina's looking, she's like, what? So she said, so let me get this straight. So you were going to sell Sasha's stock to settle your own, not to use on Sasha, to settle your own gambling debts. And Nina looked at her. See, what I love about Nina, and I'm sorry, I didn't choke. I didn't stutter right there. I said it. What I LOVE about Nina. Nina is fierce for the people she loves. Nina is like, you know how psycho she could be? She's a psycho for the people she loves. She will be a tornado if she needs to be for Sasha. And now she's realizing, oh my God, what do you mean a doctor is pretty much holding her hostage? So we're going to get some good stuff tomorrow on that, because Gladys is really going to have to come clean. And what I really believe is going to happen, I don't believe Nina's going to try to handle it on her own. Nina should be smart enough right now. I think Nina's going to call in the big dogs. She's going to call in Sonny. See, what I hate is right now, Sam and Cody getting ready to do their own thing, which is going to be a hot mess. A hot mess. When Sonny should have been the key all along, everybody should have been thinking, let's tell Sonny. Let's have Sonny look into this. I don't get it, why they didn't. But I do believe Nina's going to get Sonny involved. I don't believe she's going to do it all on her own. So that's good. I mean, it's finally moving. See, Gladys already, and the reason why Gladys came back in was the nurse at Ferncliff told the doctor, she's getting worse, doctor. And I don't know why. We need to transfer her to a facility that's going to be better equipped, a hospital that's going to be better equipped to handle and treat her. And he looked, right? So when the nurse left the room, he called Gladys, and that's when Nina had shut the door on Gladys the first time. He said, let me tell you something. You got my money? Because I want it tonight. Because they're talking about transferring Miss Gilmore to another facility that can help her, and I won't have any access to her. He said, so I'm going to have to make sure she's in a state where she can't talk at all, ever. And it scared Gladys. See, he's really planning on just killing her. He really is. Overdosing her. All because of Gladys. And his demented psychopath. I mean, what, they turned him into a Heather Weber? They actually turned him into a Ryan Chamberlain? What is this? We kill Ryan, we resurrect someone like him, right? So anyway, that's when Gladys goes back in, because now he made an actual threat, period. But Gladys wasn't thinking, if I pay him, he's still going to overdose Sasha. He's not going to let her out of there because she's still going to tell that he's been drugging her against her will. Go figure, right? We'll see. We'll see how this works out. But finally, it got decent. Okay. Next, we have Trina. Now, the door opens up. Curtis is, Portia opens up the door, the wheelchair. Curtis comes in. Trina and Marshall standing there. She runs up, Dad, Dad, and hugs him. And I thought, Trina, what are you doing? That would have made me look at her, take my wheelchair, and wheel backwards right on out of there. It's like, too. We aren't even there yet. Remember they had a conversation at GH? That was a still, I want to get to know you. I want, to make us, it wasn't Dad, we fixed the house, and Dad, look, we got rid of this, because Curtis goes, I see you move things around. Yeah, we got rid of the coffee table. I'm so happy because I didn't like that thing. But yeah, wait till you see what we've done to your room, Dad. We blah, 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 blah. And I thought, and Curtis is just like in shell shock. Go see. So he goes, okay. And he goes, sees, and he comes back. You see, it's going to be great. Oh, so she's talking, and Curtis is just looking. So Marshall says, Curtis, I need to speak to you about something out on the terrace. And Curtis is like, okay, great. He's ready. He's wheeling himself out of there because Trina was just, I don't know what she thought she was doing. So Portia did tell her, Trina, baby, you're too over the top. You're making things worse. And she goes, oh, yeah, I guess I am. I read that, online that you should be optimistic and you should be, keep it light. And he goes, yeah, but you know what? Still, you keep it a little slow. Don't overwhelm. Okay. So Portia hugs her and she pretty much says, you know what? What's that boy's name? The one I don't like? Why don't you go see him? Why don't you go see Spencer? Okay, baby girl? She didn't say that, but she did, because when Curtis came back in after talking to Marshall, she goes, oh, Trina went to go see Spencer. And I thought, yeah, you wanted her piece out of there, Portia. Well, I would have too, because I didn't know who that girl was. But anyway, Marshall's talking to him on the patio, telling him we got a problem with Woo. Woo is acting like she's going to try to shut the place down because I told her she wasn't having those poker games anymore. I don't even know if Marshall mentioned the poker games. He just said she's upset that I won't sell. She approached me again. I told her no. He says, and I think she's going to make trouble for us. I don't think he told Curtis that he knows about the games, because Curtis is like, well, let's just sell it, Pop. He goes, no, that's exactly what we're not going to do. We're not being squeezed by nobody like her. And Curtis says, that was a different time in my life. That was a different me when I started that Savoy and wanted the Savoy. Now, it's not what I want. I mean, I still got to figure out who I am now in this. And so Marshall says, I understand you got to figure things out, but now's not the time to make rash decisions. He says, let's hang on to it. I'm going to manage it with some help from you, some ideas from you, some info from you. And then if down the road, you honestly feel you do not want the Savoy anymore, then that's when we sell it. And I thought that's a good plan, because Curtis is making rash decisions right now. Okay. But I can understand that how he feels. I mean, you got to be greeting your guests. You want to be lively. Yeah, as a nightclub owner, you don't want to be in a wheelchair. But look, large nightclubs, though, even though the Savoy is not that large nightclubs, they have a manager. The owners are rarely there. It could be that Marshall could be the manager, or they could hire somebody young, hip and new. Who knows, right? So anyway, that was those two. So now we have where, and then Curtis and Portia talk. They, talk about, what it looks like forward for them. They're going to take it slow because he says he can't even be close to her. And he goes, I can't even. And she looked, like he can't perform. He's paralyzed from the waist down. So no, he can't have sex. Traditionally. Right? So anyway, she goes, look, our relationship is more than about that, Curtis. And we can just work on getting back, building a bond and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, but it won't be fair to you. She goes, don't tell me what's not fair to me. And I'm thinking, yeah, Portia, you'll be having an affair in no time. So anyway, I thought about it and I thought, do you know they've never consummated the marriage? He didn't sleep with her on the honeymoon night because he found out the 20-year-old lie. So they have never, that marriage can be annulled. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Whatever. Now we have Jackson Montgomery. Yes. And I'm telling you, if he just shaved up, cleaned it up a bit, he would look 20 years younger. He would look just like he did 20 years ago. Right? Oh my God, 25 years ago. So before he gets there, Maxie and Brooklyn, which by the way, the script for Brooklyn had a bunch of do the Brooklyns. Because every time Brooklyn's standing there, so so Maxie is saying, Lucy, where's our attorney? Well, I fired our attorney because I had a different one. He was going to do we can't afford to pay her. And he was going to do, my attorney was going to do a pro bono. And so she goes, well, where is your attorney? He at the last minute ditched us to do something for Valentine. And Scott, I can't reach Scott. See, nobody can reach Scott, right? That's because Scott's no longer on the show. And where's Lizzo? They decided to can both of the characters? I don't know. So Maxie says, wait a minute. How are we going to go through a court case with no representation? Lucy's like, it's mine. So I'm just going to tell the truth. And we're going to be, Maxie says, wait, no, that's not how it's done. Yes, I hate what's happening. I hate it. She pretty much was pulling us. I can't stand Lucy Cole. I actually, once she started that, I fast forwarded a bit. We'll slap her senseless since that other ordeal where she almost got everybody killed. She still didn't pay for that. So that's when Jackson comes in. And she goes, what are you doing here? What are you doing here from Pine Valley? He goes, oh, I'm here representing my client for the intellectual property theft. And she goes, who is your client? Who is it? Because they're a big fat liar. That is mine. I thought of it. And he goes, well, I hope you got all the records to prove you did. And she just looked, right? Because yes, later for the actual, when they put it into production, but where are all the other drafts? Because I think what it was when Tracy got the records, it showed there was nothing in development before November of last year. Nothing, not a stitch, not a mention, not a nothing, nada. A product of that magnitude, it takes years to bring to fruition. And we would have had staff meetings, management meetings, product development team meetings, focus group meetings, all kinds of meetings, right? So he says, oh, she goes, where's your client? Oh, she will be here. And then the attorney comes walking in. And Lucy says, what are you doing here? Whatever her name is. I thought I fired you. And Maxie says, yeah, and I rehired her. And what she didn't say, because I had to promise her more money. Now that you fired her, made a mess of it, Lucy. She goes, no, I rehired her. And so the attorney looked at Lucy, and Lucy says, well, that was a good idea, Maxie. That was, yeah, stupid. Yeah, it was a good idea, idiot. So she and Jackson kind of have a little sparring, spitting round, and he goes, hey, how you doing after that failed attempt of being the DA of Port Charles? And she looked at him. She goes, oh, fared just fine. Did you ever get over that huge scandal there in Pine Valley that you were involved in? He goes, you mean 20 years ago? So you had to be, what, a baby then? She just looked at him. And so then they said something, talked about Lucy as if she wasn't there. And Lucy's like, hello, I'm right here. I'm, oh. Lucy. So then Tracy comes walking in, and Brooklyn sees her. And we got, grandmother. She wasn't true. Oh, you came to support, you came to show your support, grandmother. And Maxie goes, and Lucy go over to Tracy. Maxie says, that is so nice of you, Tracy, because somebody of your magnitude on our side would definitely look good for deception. And then Lucy says, yes, Tracy, like I know we've had a sordid past, but you being here, that is very nice of you. And you know, that will help us. Thank you. And Tracy looked, she goes, oh no, I'm here representing my product and the theft of my product. And Brooklyn, because see, the script said, do the Brooklyn. She, like, do they know? Okay, they know I had the flash drive. Now they know who I gave it to. Yeah, you're doggone right, Brooklyn. And unfortunately, Tracy doesn't care if you have to go to jail, Brooklyn, for corporate espionage and stealing. That's your grandmother. That's how much she loves and adores you. Well, golly gee, with grandmothers like Tracy, you don't need enemies, right? So let's see. So that was it for Tuesday's episode. Let's go to comment corner. I'm going to breeze right through these comments because there's a lot. As a matter of fact, y'all, I'm turning on my trusty dusty stop watch on my phone because I'm going to stop within 10 minutes. Here we go. I love Aunt Stella. This is Anita. Anita says, I love Aunt Stella. She was directed. She did not sugarcoat Curtis's new reality and reminded him that he has his family members to lean on. I think the writing for Aunt Stella's character was what Curtis needed to hear. Juanita says that Robert and Diane scene with Carly watching was so much fun. Robert and Diane are comical together. I love them together. I really, really do. And then Juanita said, much needed after enduring Dr. Weiner going on and on about Curtis. I know what you mean. Ron says, Curtis needs to grow up. He's acting like he's the first person who ever had this happen to him. A smart man doesn't mind a little help. And then Gail said, so depressing that waiting a whole weekend for General Hospital to air and having to fast forward practically the whole show. I know what you mean. There are so many interesting storylines they could use, but they go over the same thing over and over. It's back to the same conversations. I don't like that. It's like they're trying to make sure they don't have to pay somebody else. So let's use these people we're going to pay today, like in 5 scenes each over and over again. I don't like it. It says sad, Portia, Carly, Trina, and Jocelyn. Blech. And then Richard says, another great review, Daily Recap Lady, on point as usual and sweet. LaShunta says, everyone must be forgetting Miss Wu got stuck in deception and threatened Lucy once before about Sasha. Yes, but guess what? Miss Wu Tracy would never work with Selena Wu. Tracy doesn't like mobsters because they were corporate mobsters, the ELQ. So she don't like the real ones. Lashunta says, Liz and Finn are so boring. Yes, they are. Anna told Marty that Lucy wanted to get married. Valentine is so shady. I'm over Marty and Valentine. Get over it, Chrissy. Gregory told Finn, now tell Chase. Trina, have a seat. Take that dress off. Trina needed to stay in her lane. Portia's whining too much. Well, Curtis is going home. But I wonder, will Portia stop meddling? Portia can't help but stop meddle. That crooked judge. I don't know what was up with that judge. Really, I don't know if he was crooked, but for sure that sentence was overbearing. I bet Carly's a hot mess. I love it. That's right, Carly. Drew is in danger. I hope Nina gets caught up. Lisa says Gladys is going to convince Nina to cover the $50,000 to stop the doctor, but will it turn into more? Lisa, which of course it would. She got the first 50, should go right back to Nina. Lisa says Robert flirting with Diane is cute. Diane likes Robert. Yes, she does. Lisa also says Diane would have asked the judge to recuse himself from the case or find a reason to get it reassigned to a different judge. This judge did seem to take it personal. Trina has guilt because of Portia and the crap she is saying. Everyone said give him space. So she sits and cries in her car. At least that is what she said to Trina. Oh yeah, I sit and cry in my car. Yeah, oh poor thing. No, you crying on everybody's shoulder when they walk in your office or in the hallway at GH. Curtis. Where does Curtis think he's going home? Well, guess what? He really did. He's going home to a woman he doesn't want to be with. Yes, he is. And then Yolanda says a sizable mortgage on that house like that alone with the business expenses and inventory, keeping it real demands that he lives with his family at home. Yes, it does. And that he keeps the income from that Savoy, doesn't it? And Aisha says if Sonny could get out of a prison sentence for murdering AJ, then there's no reason white collar crime Drew should serve the full sentence. Sonny also cut a plea bargain. His case didn't go to trial. Yeah, but you know what? Sonny didn't have a judge that had a death wish because this judge wanted to make Drew a lesson. The judge would think twice about trying to make Sonny a lesson, especially when the plea bargain was signed off. It was just ridiculous why the judge did it that way, right? Lisa says Drew had a plea bargain and the judge didn't honor it. He should be able to be heard again. I know. Diane's gonna figure something out. Hopefully Robert and Diane will become a super couple. I think they look good together. Robert needs to put his past in the past and live in the present with Diane by his side. And Lisa says they could be a super couple. P. Merle says, OMG, why not? Why? We just changed the name of GH to Deception. I know it's a soap. But can one person tell their significant other the whole truth when Willow, who promised Michael she wouldn't rush back to work? I know she sure is trying. Her daughter is still an infant. We have descended into devil soap opera land. Oh, I don't know about devil soap opera land. P. Merle. Denise says, very boring. You made it more unboring. Great recap. Love your show. Thank you, Denise. And then Lucy says, Monday, August 28th, good episode. Little boring. Yes, but it seems some stories are moving forward. Finally, Diane Miller should have the SEC drop the charges against Drew and set him free. No, it's not drop the charges because Drew did plead guilty. It's what needs to be argued is there was a agreed upon plea deal between both parties, and they need a judge to accept that. They need to find a judge that will overturn that ruling, right? And then, because it was supposed to be for 6 months, so let him still serve the 6. Period. He was supposed to be out by Christmas, right? And then Lisa says if Nell got on an early release for stabbing Ryan, saying he was trying to escape, Drew saved Cyrus, he could get out early for saving a life. You would think so. I would think. Well, anyway, everybody, that's it. That is it for the comments on Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.